The hidden line between working for money and letting money work for you. There's a quiet difference between people who chase paychecks and those whose paychecks chase them. Most people never cross that invisible line. They spend decades working hard, saving a little, and hoping retirement will save them. But for a small group, the builders, the thinkers, the patient ones, life flips. Money becomes the employee, time becomes the reward, and freedom becomes the real currency. Robert Kiyosaki once described this in his cash flow quadrant. On the left side are employees and self-employed workers, people who trade time for security. On the right side are business owners and investors, people who trade strategy for freedom. But the quadrant isn't really about money. It's about mindset. Most of us are taught to stay on the left. We're told to find stable jobs, climb corporate ladders, and retire quietly. Yet security often hides the cost of our freedom. The right side, on the other hand, demands risk, courage, and patience. It's less about how hard you work and more about what your work builds once you stop working. So let's explore the quiet architecture of wealth, the assets that don't just pay your bills, but protect your time, your choices, and your peace. Asset number one, a business. A business is not just a product or a store. It's an idea that can live without you. That's what separates it from a job. The self-made wealthy don't start out with yachts or inherited networks. They begin with long nights, unpaid hours, and an itch to solve something others ignore. Think of Sarah Blakely, who turned a pair of scissors and frustration with pantyhose into Spanx, a billion-dollar company. Or Jan Koum, who coded WhatsApp after growing up on food stamps. These aren't overnight miracles. They're compounding effort disguised as luck. For the first few years, business owners often work harder than any employee, not because they love pain, but because they see something employees can't. Every system they build today might free them tomorrow. That's the heart of the first asset, a machine that keeps running even when you stop pedaling. Employees earn once, business owners earn repeatedly from the same effort. And that small shift from labor to leverage is how generational wealth begins. But building a business isn't mandatory for everyone. Some of us need steadiness first. For those who can't or don't want to quit their job, there's another path, one built on patience and timing. Asset number two, real estate. Real estate isn't just about property, it's about permanence. When you own land or buildings, you own a slice of the world that can't be printed or deleted. That's why so many wealth stories begin with a single rental. The first down payment is often terrifying, borrowed, scraped together, or taken on faith. But it plants a seed that pays you back monthly. Robert Kiyosaki calls it OPM, other people's money. It sounds fancy, but it's really about perspective. Instead of waiting to be rich before investing, you use borrowed money to buy assets that pay for themselves. A tenant covers your mortgage, and over time, the property appreciates. You own more by doing less. Yet real estate isn't about becoming a landlord overnight. It's about understanding cash flow, buying something that pays you, not something that drains you. And just like businesses, it rewards patience. At first, the returns are small, but with each new property, your dependence on your next paycheck fades. Eventually, you stop working for your home, and your homes start working for you. Asset number three, paper investments. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, they're often seen as the playground of the rich. But they're really just ownership at scale. When you buy a share of Apple or Tesla, you're not gambling, you're owning a piece of someone else's success. You might not have time to start a company or manage a property, but you can still let money grow quietly while you sleep. That's the beauty of compounding. It rewards consistency, not genius. Imagine setting aside even a modest sum every month. You might not notice the difference today, but in 10 years, that discipline becomes your escape plan. The earlier you start, the less you'll need later. Of course, investing isn't risk-free, but neither is staying broke. The secret is diversification, spreading your bets so one storm doesn't sink the ship. Over time, markets recover, economies expand, and those who stayed patient often end up owning a future everyone else gave up on. Asset number four, commodities. There's something poetic about gold, silver, oil, even food. They remind us that real wealth isn't always digital. Paper money is only as strong as the promise behind it. But commodities, things we eat, burn, or build with, have value no matter what flag flies above them. That's why the ultra-wealthy often hold a small slice of their fortune in what Kiyosaki calls gold doesn't pay interest, but it keeps its dignity when currencies lose theirs. It's not about predicting collapse, it's about respecting history. Empires fall, inflation rises, governments print, but people still need food, shelter, and energy. Commodities remind us that some assets don't just make you rich, they keep you safe. Asset number 5, time. If money is the tool, time is the material you shape it with. We all get the same 24 hours, but not the same return on them. Those who understand wealth treat time like equity, something to be invested, not spent. They delegate, automate, and focus on the few things that compound. Everyone else fills their calendar with busyness and calls it productivity. When you're young, time is your most forgiving ally. A 20-year-old who invests a small amount monthly can retire richer than a 40-year-old who invests 10 times as much later. That's the math of compounding. It rewards the early and punishes the impatient. Use your time to build skills, to create systems, to plant seeds that will feed you later. Because no matter how much you earn, lost time never refunds. Asset number 6, health. All the money in the world can't outbid a broken body. Yet most people trade their health for income and spend their income buying back health. It's the cruelest loop in modern life. The wealthy treat their bodies as part of their portfolio. They sleep well, eat intentionally, move daily, because they know every decision today compounds not in dollars but in years. The irony is, you don't need luxury to stay healthy. A morning walk, decent sleep, and mindful eating beat most supplements. A strong body keeps your mind sharp, your business stable, and your dreams alive. Neglect it, and even the best investments crumble. Asset number 7, digital assets. We live in a strange era where attention is currency and creativity is leverage. A YouTube channel, a blog, a digital course, these are the new rental properties. They don't require land deeds, just consistency and care. A well-built digital asset works while you rest. A single viral video, a timeless guide, or a newsletter that earns trust, these are compounding tools of the digital age. The difference between scrolling and creating is the same as the difference between paying rent and collecting it. But digital wealth isn't about going viral. It's about building something that grows when you stop pushing. Each video, article, or email you release is like a digital employee working silently across time zones. It takes patience, but then again, so does everything worth owning. Asset number 8, perspective. The final asset doesn't show up on balance sheets. It's the lens through which you see the world. Poor people often see money as a lifeline. The wealthy see it as a language. Same object, different meaning, and that difference determines everything else. If you believe money is scarce, you'll hoard it. If you believe it's abundant, you'll circulate it. If you believe work is punishment, you'll avoid it. If you believe it's creation, you'll embrace it. Every asset starts in the mind. That's why mindset is the foundation beneath all others. Wealth isn't a finish line, it's a design choice. Every asset you build, every hour you invest, every healthy meal, and every creative experiment adds a layer of protection around your future self. The goal isn't to escape work entirely. It's to work once and get paid forever. That's the quiet path, the passive path. Before you click away, remember this. Wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about how much freedom you keep. Every business, property, investment, or habit you build is just another step toward a life where your time belongs to you. If this video gave you something to think about, give it a like. It helps more people find the passive path. Subscribe if you want more videos that turn complex money ideas into stories you can actually use. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these assets do you want to build first. And if someone you care about needs a little push to start their own journey, share this video with them. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your path to financial freedom. Feel free to explore the other videos on the passive path. Each one is designed to take you a little closer to that calm, confident version of yourself who no longer worries about money. Take care of your time, take care of your health, and I'll see you in the next video.